counting down to the Mahurat trading session is just 2 minutes away. We're now joined by Mr. A. Balasubramanian, CEO, Birla Sun Life AMC. He's joining us in our Mumbai studios. Bala, thanks for being with us at NDTV Profit. Do you think India will be able to sail through the global storm if there is one, given all the concerns about global growth, if there is a push on reforms, or do you think we will fall in line with what's happening around the world? Will this be just a bounce, or are we going to build on the gains?
Yeah, I think first of all let me take this opportunity to wish all the viewers happy Diwali and prosperous New Year. I think clearly the question what you are asking about whether we will be able to withstand the pressure, the footfall that comes from the global economy. I think the way we see is I think India is definitely getting into a different kind of trajectory, and largely is coming from the fact that the last 1 year, I think last Diwali I still remember when I came here, I think we had a lot of things to worry about, which was largely on the current account deficit and fiscal deficit, a bit of uncertainty which was there, more on the reforms, orientations, and all those things. If you look back, they're all now behind us. I think clearly the current account deficit now has become a history. I think in all probability that we will be able to, I think, maintain the very high stability on the currency market, and we'll also be able to withstand actually the pressure that comes in the global economy, especially with respect to the US, if there are the increased interest rates. I think if you look at it from a totality, I think India definitely is becoming, in some sense, getting insulated from what we could see in the global market. Having said that, at the end of the day, the money is fungible. I think we always know that money is fungible, that money that is coming from global investors have been pretty high, and to the extent I think we may probably see some kind of fluctuations. Right. But at the end of the day, I think we are in for a good period as we move forward.
Mr. Bala, we'll come to you in just a bit. The opening we are seeing on our screens at this point in time. So you've got both Sensex as well as Nifty opening away up in the green. Remember, a 350-point cut that we had seen in Nifty is not there anymore. It has opened way above the crucial 8,000 level. The top gainers on your screens following Ambuja Cement up about 0.3% or so. ICICI Bank is also gaining up in the trade. M&M is also inching up as we speak. Also, you've got in the oil and gas space, BPCL continues to gain even today as well, about 2 points or so in the opening trades. Tech Mahindra is also 0.3% at this point in time. HUL is also seeing it has opened in the red at this point in time. ACC, yet another name, trading up in the green in the cement space. Bajaj Autos in particular have been buzzing for quite some time now, and you've got Bajaj Auto which is also up about 8 points or so. DLF, there is some amount of selling in DLF that is being seen. Wipro, we expected Wipro to open in the red, especially after the earnings posted by the company. That particular stock is down about little over 4% or so. ONGC, it continues to gain even today as well, up close to 1%. IDFC is also up about 0.4% or so. Tata Motors is seeing some amount of selling pressure. Sesa Sterlite, yet another stock which is trading in the red at this point in time. So we have more of gainers at this point in time, and Nifty also, it's up about 20 points or so. L&T on your screens up about 6 points or so. HDFC Bank is also trading up in the green, trading at 894 at this point in time. SBI gaining big time, and as we speak it continues to inch higher, up about 0.4% or so. That's right, 0.5% higher in the green. TCS in the IT space is also up about 0.3%. So some big gains coming in, Anisha, and like you were saying that my target is far away, it does not really look like that. We are not going to see that all-time high level in the Nifty today.
Well, the bets are still on and all of us have laid them, but let's quickly tell you what's happening in the mid-cap space. We have seen financial technologies as one of the biggest gainers in the mid-caps. So secondly on this trot, we're seeing this stock bounce back after the lower circuit, 20% lower circuit 2 days ago. M&M is down a third of 1%, marginal cut being seen there. Kansai, Nerolac, India Bulls, par, these stocks are also looking good. Sona Koyo, again, auto and auto ancillaries seem to be in demand, though we are seeing a little bit profit taking in some of the leading auto counters. IN and FS Engineering higher by 6 degrees. Alembic has been doing well, it's up 5%. Like I mentioned, some of the leading pharma companies like Bajaj, Tata Motors, they are seeing a little bit of profit taking, but Bajaj is just coming into the green. Grasim is up at 23 rupees. Gammon is higher by 5%. So the mid-caps, we're seeing good performance coming in from some of the power and the auto ancillary space. And the list of the gainers or the mid-caps is higher, much longer than those losing ground. The loss is also not very high. Indian Bank is at 169 rupees, up 3% or so. We have NBL down 4.5%. NCC, construction major, up about 3.5%. Wipro is one that is looking weak all through. It's down about 4%. Den Networks higher by 3%. So we are seeing a decent performance coming in for the mid caps, with Wipro being quite weak after the second quarter earnings missed street estimates.
That's market opening. By the way, Hina, Anisha, were you able to figure out who was the lady there ringing the bell today? I was looking very keenly. I couldn't make out.
I was just trying to figure out, because Prashant, for me, this is the first Diwali session that I am seeing, when it comes to Muhurat trading in particular. So even
I'm sure Pankaj knows, right?
Yeah.
She's an actress, I think.
Vichitra knows. She's got all the intel. She's telling me that it's Kajal Agarwal, who's an actress, who's there at the BSC ringing the bell. So,
Prashant, you should get in touch with Pankaj. I'm sure he'll have all the details that you also are looking out for.
We'll get him in. We'll get him in right after we speak with Bala. And Sanjay Sinha, by the way, is also getting mic'd up, I'm being told. So he's there from the BSE, Bombay Stock Exchange. Bala, I'll just get back to the conversation. But as an institution, do you put in trades on the Muhurat trading session? Do you say a day before, well, these are the trades, give some trades to brokers to execute? Or, it's up to the fund manager, individual fund manager.
Historically, I think we've been maintaining that tradition of respecting, of course, the Muhurat trading, the importance of Muhurat trading, and talk to the broking firms and the market players, especially on the auspicious occasions.
Right.
We do, of course, keep our office open, especially for the trading desk.
Right.
And there's
a puja
and we also, of course, do some few trades.
Okay.
Which are more. Of course, we don't increase the volume. But at the same time, we do some trades more from the pump of sentiment and auspicious.
So these are token trades.
Token trades, what we do.
Right.
But otherwise, today is not something which is very important from the point of view of fund managers actually look at the market and do some kind of serious trades.
Do you remember any instance where the pre-open session actually turned out to be quite useful in terms of actually taking a position one way or the other based on some news, etc., which came through? Do you remember?
Not really. I think I still remember. I think there was only one occasion where I think when the 2008 crisis happened.
Yes.
I still remember that the Diwali was something which actually was not something which was cherished by everybody.
Yeah.
And it was not enjoyed, given the fact that a lot of pressures were there in the global economy, and as a result of that, the Lehman Brothers
lows in the US market happened around Diwali 2008.
It's September. Then I think they followed by Diwali, and Diwali actually turned out to be quite bad Diwali. Especially people like us, instead of sitting at home and enjoying the Diwali with their family members, and we're all in the office talking to the investors and so on and so forth, and I'm trying to figure out what could be a potential direction. I think it's something is now is something. It's better not to remember that.
Reminisce, but it's behind now.
That's right.
Right. What is the focus? At Birla. What are you focused on? Things have certainly turned around, right?
Correct.
The biggest help has been for the fall in commodity prices.
True.
For no real good effort by us, it's almost like a gift, Diwali gift, right?
Exactly.
When Jaitley presented the budget, oil was 115. It's now 84 or so, right? That is huge.
Correct.
But so what is the direction that you're giving?
I think clearly, I think what we have been saying and we have been also believing, it's something like I would personally put it actually as a godsend opportunity for India.
Right.
And given the fact that nobody expected the oil price to drop quite significantly, which itself it means that something is big for India.
Right.
And second is if you I think go back in the month of May and June, a lot of people are expecting that the monsoon was not going to be that great, and India will probably have a drought kind of scenario.
That didn't
I think that also didn't happen.
Yes.
And even now, if you see the second half of the monsoon has been pretty good.
Yeah.
And even the second crop for the country as a whole is going to be much better than what we actually originally were estimating.
Expectations
were very high. And second is the whole political environment also now changed quite significantly.
Yes.
What does it mean? Of course, I used to say it very frequently that we always used to say we are living in a VUCA world, which is nothing but volatility, uncertainty, complexity and ambiguity.
Okay,
which is VUCA world.
Right, okay.
So now I think it's something we can say that we are not in that world, we are more in the stable world.
You'll have to invent a new acronym.
Yeah, that's right. So we are more in the stable world.
Yes.
Which essentially means that I think it's something is positive, and the oil price coming down, and India being actually the biggest dependency is coming from oil. It's something I would say is a godsend opportunity.
Yes.
I think it's never happened in the history, and it's now it is happening, which essentially means that probably we are in for a good days ahead.
Right. You think the market will do anything near what's it? Nifty is up 25, mid cap is up 50, small cap index is up 75.
That's right.
From last Diwali to this Diwali.
True.
We'll see returns anywhere near that next one.
I think the way we
I know
see
it's an unfair question. Let me preface that.
That's right.
What's your sense?
I think our sense is, I think clearly if we expect the economic growth to come back to average about 6.5%, and inflation is roughly about 6%. There is nominal GDP of about 11-12%. And definitely you will have in a premium of about 6 to 7% towards the equity as a premium.
Right.
If you look at that, I think if one is able to get about 18 to 19% kind of return over a period of next 5 years or 10 years, I think one should be happy on that. And given the fact that no other instruments or no other investment that could give that kind of return, I think definitely it's something which is the equity as an asset class over the next 5 years period or 10 year period can potentially give you a very high return. And having said that, I think some of the important asset classes, I think not to of course demand the importance of the equities, also not demand the importance of gold as asset class. And unfortunately, the Indian investors have been owning the large amount of gold.
Gold, yes.
That doesn't mean that gold is going to give you a substantial return for you for meeting your retirement plan. I think if one has to actually plan for the retirement plan as well as one has to plan for the future, the income, definitely is an equity as a class which I think people have to look at it. Given the fact that we are actually in a scenario, we'll probably have the next 5 years of stability. If everything goes well, we'll probably get into the next decade of stability for India as a whole. So in that context, if you look at it, I think this asset class can give a potential return. I think one also has to accept the fact that I think as you rightly mentioned that last Diwali when we were discussing, I don't think all of us have predicted that index will give about 27%.
Nothing close to this.
Nothing close to that. And that's the beauty of equity.
I
mean, the least expected it gives
totally
return.
Unpredictable.
Correct. When it is most expected.
I mean, actually, timing is the issue, right? I mean, timing is impossible. So you just have to.
That's true. But I think I'll come back to the Warren Buffett principle, which is timing is not more important. It's the timing in the market is more important. Time in the market is more important. The longer the time period you are there, the more the benefit you get.
More the benefit. Absolutely. Bala, it's a real pleasure that you came by. Happy Diwali to you once again.
Same to you. Thank you. Thanks for having me here.
Thank you. All right. Sanjay Sinha is with us as well from the Bombay Stock Exchange. He's ready and being told. Sanjay, good evening.